Join us for Forgotten Lands Part 2, where we talk about Rafiki's, San Fran, and Hollywoodland on this episode of Parkgoers Go. Let's go! Hello and welcome to Parkgoers Go, your go-to podcast for all things theme parks. On this episode, we are bringing back an oldie from episode 4 of season 1, Forgotten Land.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Nate.
I'm Logan.
And I'm Dustin.
Today we are each going to go through a Forgotten Land, which is basically either an underrated land, one that maybe the parks have forgotten about, maybe ones that the audiences have forgotten about, and we're going to do a little spotlight on them and talk about them. But first, let's see what's going on in the parks this week. Dustin, take it away.
So let's hop on over to California. Whoa! In Disney's California Adventure, starting already and going until April 21st, is Food and Wine Festival.
Sip, sip, yum, yum.
Yum, yum, yum. Wine. Ooh, love it. I don't like wine, but I do love food.
Wine gives me heartburn.
It does.
And during the Food and Wine, there's this thing called Carthay Circle Receptions, which is, at the Carthay Circle restaurant. And it says, join industry experts as they lead tastings paired with a 4-course appetizer menu. So that sounds pretty cool. There's going to be one on the 28th of March, which is going to have Paul Segura and Carl Strauss Brewing Company. Oh, I guess Paul Segura is of Carl Strauss Brewing Company.
I was going to say, well, who is Paul with?
But it looks like there's one after that, too, in April. But, so that's a pretty cool offering. I wonder if there's other things that are offered during Food and Wine.
I know. Well, it's kind of like a helpful, useful tip if you're going to go and try a couple different things. I know that they usually offer the Sip and Savor Pass, and you can basically use those on specific items at the different booths and stuff. I wish Epcot did that because I think you do save money with it. So it looks like they're doing that again this year. And you can get 4 vouchers basically for $32 or 8 vouchers for $63. And that's, I think you can also, you do get a discount of your pass holder as well for $58.
Heyo.
Yeah, pass holder discount.
Well, not you.
Not me, but
Oh, no.
California
I am
ones.
so sick
if you're a
of
Disney
you
pass
two
holder.
doing that to me.
We're talking about California.
Yeah, but everyone keeps talking
Yeah, we
for
bounced.
so long, I forget.
We weren't even going to this festival. Why are you so
We've only been
sad?
talking for like 5
Because
minutes.
I like saving money.
I also like saving money.
It sounds like a good thing that they offer there. But other things that are happening in Disneyland is that we have a Disney After Dark event, and it's going to be yesterday was the first day, and tomorrow's the next day. It's 90s night.
Yesterday was the first day, and tomorrow is the next one.
Well, the last one for 90s night. It was only 2 nights, and but they sold out really quick. So if you want to go, better luck next year. But if you do want to catch one this year, they have Star Wars nights, which start in April and go until early May. I believe that some of them are still available, so get on that. And then all the way out in June, it's either between the 16th and the 18th or the 16th and the 18th. They have Pride Night, which they haven't opened up tickets yet for. But
That would be so embarrassing if we went on the 17th and it's only the 16th and the 18th.
well, to be honest, I'm sure that those 3 days or even the whole week will be fairly Pride celebratory. So
I mean, it is California.
You are not wrong. But that's all the notes I had for Disneyland. So let's go over to Hollywood Studios. And today we begin the butter beer season, which lasts until May 31st, which I'm assuming that they only have butter beer certain times of the year in Hollywood.
Nope.
No, not true. Not true, Dustin.
Yeah, you bite your tongue.
All right, well, enlighten me.
You said Hollywood Studios.
Oh, did I? I meant Universal Studios.
Universal
Universal Studios
Studios
Hollywood
Hollywood.
is what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa,
So
we're
it's-
going to...
No,
didn't
no,
have to
no.
roll
Universal
that
Studios
much.
Hollywood. So you guys are saying that butterbeer is year round in Universal Studios Hollywood?
Correct.
Then why is it butterbeer season?
Tell them,
I don't
Bobby.
know.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I guess I'll tell.
I don't know.
I'll get it. It's just like elevated. I mean, like they just have very like special offerings during Butterbeer season. So I know this year they have. I don't know about Hollywood because I didn't look into that.
Well, I'm looking at Hollywood right now, and I could tell you it's butterbeer cream puff
Oh my
and
God,
butterbeer
yes.
candy bar.
Yep.
And then also, those are the two new this year. And then returning is butterbeer ice lolly and butterbeer gummy with souvenir butterbeer cart.
We saw those.
Oh, yeah, we did see those.
at the
Interesting.
the pass.
We
holder
almost
store.
got one, but someone told me no.
I don't like jelly beans.
It wasn't jelly beans.
They literally are jelly beans.
Nuh-uh, Dustin, what does it say?
It says gummies. Or at least, like I said, in
Gummies.
Hollywood.
Gummy
It
beans.
says gummies.
Jelly beans
Anyway.
are very different than gummies.
Anyway, the cream puff. We had the cream puff. We went to.
It was great.
Universal the other day.
Yeah, if you want to see it,
Smacking!
if you want to see it, check on our Instagram. Anyway, it was really good.
It was so good.
But also going on now until March 20th is the past member bonus benefits, which guess what, guys? You don't qualify for, but I found out what they are.
I hate this.
Yeah, but I found out what they are. So, get a free collectible magnet for the car, I think. I think it's for the
That's
car.
worth it. Just that's
It's a
it.
magnet.
That alone
Yeah.
is worth it.
And let's see, they have a scavenger hunt for past people. 20% off food and beverage.
Love that.
You get a special food, which is savory chicken or cheese tamales. Then there is buy one popcorn bucket, get one popcorn bucket half off. Same with the magic bands. Oh, no, with the, not magic bands.
The
with
wands?
the Mario. No, the Mario
Oh.
power-up bands. It's buy one, get one, half off. Yeah, never mind. I should have kept reading. Carnival games, buy one, get one. There's a secret voodoo donut that I guess you can get. Lunch
That sounds
specials
good.
at Toothsome Emporium.
Oh,
$25
hell!
off.
All right, we need it.
$25 off. And then that
That's one
Toothsomes and then
milkshake.
also Margaritaville. 25% off happy hour food menu at NBC Sports Grill and Brew, Toothsomes, and Margaritaville.
You gonna read the whole thing? I don't think
That's
you need to read the whole
probably, like,
thing.
No,
Most of City
I don't
Walk.
think it. So that is it for over in California, our West Coasters. So now let's hop on over to the East Coast. Since we're at Universal's, we'll continue on with Universal. Continuing on now until March 30th.
Wait,
we
did you say the closing date of Fast and Furious? Or when is that?
the closing date.
Yeah,
No,
Fast and
when's the
Furious.
closing date? Oh, on the tram tour.
Yeah, like
Oh, no,
that
it's still
part of the
recording.
tram tour.
All right, so March 10th. So that's coming up. That's in 5 days. So if you want to ride the tram tour and see it again, then there you go. go get them. All right, but going back to Universal Studios Orlando, we have the Universal Mardi Gras International Flavors of Carnival now until March 30th, so the end of the month. So, get to experiencing that, see the parade, and get some beads and all that
Get
good
to
stuff.
it.
Yeah, do you guys have any other news for Universal Orlando, or because that's all I have?
Oh, Epic Universe team member preview started this week.
Ooh,
No, but it's really exciting. And then in addition to that, I think this applies to both Hollywood and California, but some new wands just dropped.
should probably pick them up.
Yeah, and with that came some new interactions. Have you seen them, Dustin? Any of the clips online?
Yeah, I saw that. Not robot.
the
it's
dummy,
like
the battle dummy that you can
Yes.
fight. Yes,
So cool.
It
it
looks so
looks
good.
awesome.
It does look super fantastic. But now making our way over to Disney World. So starting today is Flower and Garden at Epcot. Yay! Yep, it goes from today, March 5th until June 2nd.
They have the absolute cutest merch this year. I am definitely getting some.
Yeah. Also, After Hours, Disney After Hours is still going on. So you have Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Magic Kingdom. So you have to look at those to see which ones are available. Also, looking a little further down the horizon, at the beginning of April, we have the next Run Disney, which is the Springtime Surprise weekend. That's April 3rd to the 6th.
That's when you're running around, they jump out at you when you're
Yeah, they yell, "Springtime!
Surprise!"
Yeah, so that's all that's happening in Disney World that I know of. All right, so now let's skip on over to SeaWorld Orlando.
Hop, skip, and a jump.
Now until May 4th, we have the SeaWorld Seven Seas Food Festival, which sounds like fun.
That does sound actually fun.
Yeah, Mardi Gras celebration. It's been going on, but now the next days will be between March 6th and 9th. St. Patrick's Day celebrations will be during or between March 13th and 17th, and also 20th through 23rd. And then we're starting this Coasters After Dark, the Seven Seas edition, which is between March 14th and ends April 11th. Now going over a little bit of a ways to Busch Gardens Tampa. We have Food and Wine Festival Fridays through Sundays, March 7th through May 18th.
They got food and wine all over the place.
I know. No matter where you go,
they're shoving food and wine down your throat.
St. Patrick's Day celebration is between March 15th and 17th. And then they also have a pin trading weekend on March 22nd, which I don't know about you guys, but I was not aware that pin trading at Busch Gardens was that big of a deal. So that's pretty interesting. But now we're going to stay on the East Coast, but we're going to jump all the way up to Virginia, to Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. And then we have Mardi Gras celebration Fridays through Sundays until March 9th. St. Patrick's Day celebration March 13th through 17th. And the Spring Member Appreciation Weekend, which is March 14th through 17th, which is finally one member thing that one of us can go to.
Not us.
Me.
Yeah! Yes!
So I don't know what that includes, but there it is. So yeah, no, that's it. That's all that's happening this week, and for the rest of the month. If we forgot anything, let us know, and we'll try and bring it up next episode. Theme parks can be a very busy place, especially during fireworks, parades, and the holidays. In case your group gets separated or decides to split up to make the most of your day, it's a great idea to establish a rally point, a forget-me-not spot, a undisplaced place, a formation location, a rendezvous avenue, a come-together whatever, or, to put it simply, somewhere where you can meet up with your group. Pick a specific location near an easily identifiable part of the park, like an icon, shop, land entrance, or a restaurant, where everyone can meet if you get separated. That way, if you can't find the location, you can ask a park employee where it is, and they can point you in the right direction. If you are lost and don't have a meetup spot, stay where you are and find a park employee or security. Let them know you're lost, and they'll help you find your party. So if you're in the park and can't find your lot, just head on over to your meeting spot.
I think this is a really good, what are they called?
Pocket size go guide.
Because I don't think I've ever done this. And it's actually a really good idea.
Now, guys, be honest. Which do you think is the best title for it? Rally Point, Forget-Me-Not Spot, Undisplaced Place, Formation Location, Rendezvous Avenue, or Come Together Whatever, or just Meetup Spot?
I like Forget-Me-Not Spot. I also like a Formation Location.
I love Formation Location.
Formation Location! I tried to get Assemble, but there's nothing that I could do. Forget-Me-Not Spot's a good one, too. But yeah, no, this is always a good idea. I think this, I'm pretty sure this transcends theme parks.
Life
itself.
itself.
Kind of like, it just transcends everything. It transcends the guide. No, I'm pretty sure this is like what they encourage in field trips and stuff like that. So it's nice. And this is mainly for, if you get separated or what is it? The predetermined separations where it's just like, you guys go this way, we'll go that way. If you are legitimately lost or concerned, definitely find security or a park employee to help you out.
That was a great go guide. Now let's get on to the main topic, Forgotten Lands. Today's Forgotten Lands are
Rafiki's Planet Watch in Disney's Animal Kingdom,
San Francisco and Universal Studios Orlando,
and Hollywoodland in Disney's California Adventure. Logan, tell us a little bit about Rafiki's watch.
No, about Rafiki the man.
Rafiki the legend.
I'm just going to talk. My Forgotten Land was very well forgotten by me until a few years ago when Nate and I went and it popped back up onto my radar. But first, before quite literally getting to the land, let's talk about how to get there. This tucked away little land can be found in Animal Kingdom after a short trip on the Wildlife Express train. The Wildlife Express train is an African-themed 3-foot narrow-gauge heritage railroad, which is fancy talk for it means it's smaller than a standard railway and it's made to look old. Specifically, as designed by retired Imagineer George McGinnis to have traveled through Africa for 100 years, collecting grime and rust along the way.
I thought George McGinnis traveled through Africa for 100 years.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. It brings guests to an exciting 1.2 mile long route between Africa and Rafiki's Planet Watch areas. Through my readings, however, I have learned it has not always been planned that way. The early plans for Disney's Animal Kingdom called for a railroad that would have taken guests through the Savannah Plains. Instead, Disney decided to create a railroad that would take guests from the village of Harambe in Africa, passing behind Kilimanjaro, to Conservation Station in Rafiki's Planet Watch, all of which opened with the park April 22nd, 1998. After learning of the journey of the train to bring you to Rafiki's Planet Watch, let's learn about Rafiki's Planet Watch. Once you're off the train, you still have a bit of a walk to actually get to Rafiki's Planet Watch. I feel like nobody tells you that.
It's not that bad.
The Planet Watch is comprised of the Affection Section, the Conservation Station, and an area to see and learn about butterflies. Let's start off with the Conservation Station. This area is best known for its veterinary treatment room, where you can get a close-up look at the place Disney cares for the animals, and maybe get a glimpse of a procedure in progress, which I desperately want to do. And I do remember going to this place as kids and seeing this area, and I still no recollection of ever seeing a procedure in progress, which I really want to do. But anyway, this station also houses a nutrition center to watch experts prepare meals for the park residents. There's also the amphibian, reptile, and invertebrate windows where they have some tarantulas, scorpions, millipedes, and snakes, and the science center to see what the scientists are up to. And here you can also find Timon and Rafiki himself for a meet and greet to take some photos. And then there's also this, in my opinion, pretty random animation experience. It is described as a space to uncover the secret of how Disney animators bring your favorite characters to life using real-life animals as inspiration. And then we finally have the Pride and Joy of Planet Watch, which is the Affection Section, where you can go in and pet goats. I think it's just goats.
I don't think it's just... Is it?
It's goats and or petting zoo animals. It's nothing really special.
You bite your tongue.
Primarily goats.
I love goats.
Maybe sheep.
So everything
Oh,
else
yes, there
overshadowed.
are sheep. It's goats and sheep. Yeah, he's right. Where you can pet goats and sheep.
And tigers.
And tigers. And you can...
No, not tigers. That was a joke.
And you can... They have like the little, just... What
Those
are they
pigs
called?
too. Those piggies too.
Are there?
Yes.
I don't remember pigs.
Yeah, I think just general farm animals.
The general petting variety.
Yeah, classic petting zoo. But it is really fun. It's a nice little area, but definitely forgotten about. And it closed in 2018, and then it reopened in 2019.
Okay, so they closed in 2018, saying that it was going to be permanent, and then it was confirmed as temporary, and then they reopened with the drawing class and a new entrance.
So it looks like they did take away some things over the years too. But last time we went, it was not busy, which is kind of a shame because I think it is really cool. And I think they could like play it up a little bit more in the teaching, because it's all geared towards learning about the like environmental practices and all that stuff. But it is kind of hard. It's also a hard pitch to tell people like, oh yeah, you want to go to this place, like get on this train and then walk a while and then you get there and you can pet some goats. It's a pretty long walk.
It's not that long.
It is that long.
The app isn't to scale. It's not that bad.
It definitely looks to scale.
It's like a 2-minute walk at most.
Isn't this where the goats that the goats there were Dorothy, Blanche, and Rose?
It is. The Golden Girls themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a fun fact.
Yeah, and they're all no longer.
Are they no longer?
Yeah,
they were
they're all
there
gone.
when we went.
Are they?
That was years ago, so maybe not.
You made it sound like it was like yesterday. But no, I did want to make a comment about the animation experience, because I was there when it opened 2019, and it was really cool. It's literally just the Animation Academy, except for they shoved it all the way back in Animal Kingdom. But what's nice is that that's the only place besides Art of Animation where you can do anything that resembles the Animation Academy. So, Logan, the way you described it made it sound a little cooler. For a second there, I thought you were going to say that they actually bring the animals out so that you can draw them.
Well,
But
I do remember, I thought that there was like some kind of experience where they do bring animals out.
I think you're thinking of the Bird Show.
No, I'm thinking specifically when we were little. I think that there
maybe.
was some sort of show.
they might have had one.
But then after I reread like my notes of what it had, the verbiage that I actually wrote down, it did make me think. I'm like, oh, because it's
Right.
Uncover the secret of Disney animators. This is from their website. Your favorite characters to life using real life animals as inspiration. Like, I think that they I don't know. Do they actually bring out the
No,
animal?
they don't.
Not
as, like,
at the
for
animation
you?
experience. Maybe for something else, but not the animation experience. And I know Busch Gardens also does a similar thing like what you're talking about, Logan, except for theirs was part of they had like a show deal with like Discovery or one of those things where Jack Hanna would show up to Busch Gardens Tampa, and they would have like a little room. It was very similar where they bring out small animals so that, people can see them. But they might have done stuff in the past like that at Rafiki's Planet Watch. Now, what I love about Rafiki's Planet Watch is that they do have those windows where you could see into the vet places. I have yet to ever see them do anything in it, but it's cool to look at.
I've seen videos online of people actually seeing procedures. I'm very jealous of them. It does look really cool. I really love Rafiki's, but I will say out of the three, honestly, out of all the lands we've done for Forgotten Lands, this is probably my most forgotten land. We were literally in Animal Kingdom yesterday, and I completely forgot it existed.
Well, yeah. It's the only land, I think, where you have to take another form of transportation to get to it. It's really weird.
Oh, but I mean, that just also goes to show you my knowledge of Animal Kingdom is so bad that I thought the only way that you can see the animals was Kilimanjaro. I didn't know that there were like animal trails until Nathaniel and I stumbled upon one, and I was like, what?
That's what makes Animal Kingdom so great, though, is that you could stumble upon these little nuggets.
That's true, unless you're trying to find it like we were.
I mean,
and we could not find anything.
I would love
trails.
also for signs to explicitly state that there's like monkeys over here and like a tiger. Like that would be, I would love that. But yeah,
I wonder if they'll ever do an expansion to Rafiki's, but I also feel like
probably not.
are they trying to keep it limited because it's a hassle to get to?
I don't think they're trying. I don't think they're not trying to do something or trying to do something with it. I think it just is.
Well, Rafiki's Planet Watch isn't the only place where you could take a train to go to another spot.
Is this a segue?
I was trying to segue myself. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I know, but I'm trying to think of how. Tell me, Dustin.
Oh, well,
He's talking about the tours.
Let me know. No, I'm not. But here, I'll let you know.
Wait, let me think
I'm
of this.
still confused on this.
At Universal
You'll
Studios
see.
Orlando.
Hold on. You'll
no,
see.
I will say
All right,
it.
here we go. So now we are going over to Universal Studios Orlando to the opening day of the park. Picture it. June 7th, 1990, San Francisco. The San Francisco area of Universal Studios Orlando opened with the park on June 7th, 1990.
Wait, it didn't open before the park?
No! Featuring two theaters, which was an American Tail Theater and the Wild Wild West... Oh, I'm sorry. The Wild Wild... Yeah, the Wild Wild Wild...
That's what you just said.
No, it's three wilds.
No, you missed the
yeah.
wild.
and the Wild 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 West Stunt Show, along with two attractions, which was Jaws the Ride and Earthquake, the big one.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
In 1992, an American Tail Theater was replaced with a, at the time, 4-year-old property of Beetlejuice with Beetlejuice's Rock and Roll Graveyard Revue. The location was left relatively untouched until 2005 when the Wild 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 West Stunt Show was replaced by Fear Factor Live. And a few years later, in 2008, Earthquake's attendance would prove to be a little shaky, resulting in an update called Disaster! A major motion picture ride. Starring you! Which changed the pre-show and exit to include Christopher Walken and The Rock. Originally, it was actually based off of the film Earthquake, starring Charlton Heston, who was the host of it. And it was pretty cool. The pre-show was super long, and they take you to different places. They show you a small model of like a city, but then later it became like little models from like The Grinch and other films. And then the next room you went into,
Cute.
yeah, but the next room you went into was like this, I think it was like 3 stories of the inside of a building that was damaged from an earthquake, and then they would have people volunteer, and then they have you stand on the different floors of it and pretend to fall, and it was really cool. And then eventually you would actually go onto the ride, which was the subway, and then it would, crash, and you go through all that stuff. It was a lot of fun. It was really cool.
Missed that one.
Well, you can still experience that one in Universal Studios Hollywood in the tram tour. Inside the land was a mini section called Amity Harbor, which was home to the Jaws ride, as well as some dining and shopping locations like the Midway Grill and Quint's Surf Shack, and proved to be a popular part of the park. Cue the Jaws music.
He says with disdain.
Yes. In 2012, Jaws and Amity Harbor altogether would be removed from the park after following the success of a little wizard boy who took Islands of Adventure by storm and just needed to expand into another park, thus cutting San Francisco in half to create Diagon Alley. 3 years later, Disaster...
Diagon Alley!
Yeah. 3 years later, Disaster, ! Would bite the big one as it closed its doors in 2015, and Beetlejuice right behind it in 2016 for the construction of the now infamous ride, Fast and Furious Supercharged.
That's sad.
So in current day San Francisco, we have 5 food and snack locations, which are Chaz Alcatraz, Lumbar Seafood Grill, Richter's Burger Co., San Francisco Candy Factory, and San Francisco Pastry Co. In addition to that, we have just one ride, Fast and Furious Supercharged. The land only has half of its size because of Harry Potter. And what we have to remember it from the glory days is a single hanging shark.
Jeff.
Yeah. So,
Worth it.
So
It
yeah,
wasn't
no.
bad. It was bad enough that, I love Diagon Alley, but it was bad enough that they destroyed the Jaws land, but they also hung him up to dry.
Well, he was always hanging there, so they kind of just left him. But yeah,
Well,
no, I agree. Now, for all those people out there who are sad about the rides closing, you do still have a chance to ride them. As we said earlier, in the Universal Studios Hollywood Tram Tour, one of the sections is still Earthquake, so you get you don't get the pre-show, but you get the main part of it, which is pretty awesome. You also get a little Jaws section in the tram tour as well, but it's not the same. But over in Universal Japan, you still get the Jaws ride. Ooh. So you can still experience those things, and it's pretty cool. Also, the theater that hosts or that used to host Fear Factor and Wild 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 West Stunt Show currently is being used specifically for Halloween events, for Halloween Horror Nights, which previously used to be Bill and Ted, but now it's a new one. So yeah, this is one of those lands where I didn't really know that it had a name or that it had a theme, because when I was younger, it just didn't matter to me. I never knew San Francisco was known for earthquakes, so I never made that connection. I thought the Richter burger place was themed because of the earthquake ride.
Oh, the Richter scale.
Yeah.
I was literally gonna say Richter scale when you mentioned it, but I bit my tongue. I should have.
I'm glad we're putting things together. But yeah, no, apparently every so often it like shakes a little bit, like there's an earthquake. I don't know to what extent, or if it still does that, but it was a cool idea.
It does. I think Logan saw it during Horror Nights.
He saw it shake violently.
It's like, what's happening?
Whoa!
Yeah, I actually scared everybody.
No, but San Francisco is one of those areas where, like you said, there's no like distinct landmarks, I guess, to scream. Well, in San Francisco now, I always saw
Unless I'm there.
I always saw it as an extension of just like the New York area. I never really noticed that we were going into another land.
It just seems like one big set. Which I guess is also, in of its own cool thing, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're all cities, and they're all supposed to be cityscapes, so it does get kind of, all smushed together. I don't think I realized that it was supposed to be like New York walking down the main thing until the Today Show showed up. Because I know it used to be Ghostbusters there, but I think that predates me, or at least my memory.
Oh my God, I never even put that together.
What, the Today
that
Show?
Was New York?
I always just thought it was weird.
Yeah.
That it was there. I just thought it was weird that it was there, and I just accepted. There's so many things that I've just accepted and never questioned ever since I was little.
You want to hear the weirdest part is that when you walk in, if you go straight New York, if you go right, you're going down Hollywood. If you keep walking, there's this right next to the water, there's this like little patch of grass.
Park, right?
Yeah, that's Central Park. I didn't know that until
What?
much later. Yeah, because there's a little slide. It's
Jimmy
cute.
Kimmel now makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, his ride. New
Jimmy
York.
Fallon.
Oh, Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, Jimmy Fallon.
One of the
Jimmy
Jimmys.
Kimmel just makes sense to me now.
Yeah, James Corden ride is just so good. But yeah, no, a lot of these lands in there are actually, I think we could go through all the lands in Universal Studios, the core, because they're all like, it's like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
that's
Like
true.
the World's Fair Expo. It's like, come on.
It's just Universal.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, no, that was, I think that might have been my favorite land if we're going to claim lands, because it did have the two of the bigger rides. I guess New York is now because of the Mummy, and it used to be King Kong, but it is what it is. But do you understand the train thing now?
No, I still don't get it.
Because Harry Potter. You take the train to a different place. Yeah, because
But
now
that's not
that's
San Francisco.
kind of correct. It used to be part of San Francisco until they cut it.
Come on, keep up.
I don't get it.
I didn't get it either. I mean, I get it now, but I didn't.
Yeah, when it comes to iconic things that stand out, apparently Ghirardelli is from San Francisco, and there's a huge Ghirardelli sign.
Is that why that's there?
Yeah.
I never understood.
You see,
I thought that
we're
was
picking
just
things up. We're picking things
Yeah,
up.
I just
We're
thought
like,
it
oh,
was
look at
just
this, look at that.
just a licensee like thing.
Yeah.
Logan, that's what I thought too, until I realized there is no Ghirardelli store there. And I'm like, why is there no store?
Oh,
but they
there
have
isn't?
no, it's just the sign.
It's just the facade.
Yeah. Which is crazy
That's
annoying.
funny.
Also, another thing, to correct myself from an past episode, Hollywood Studios isn't the only place that has a brown derby.
Yeah.
Universal Studios has a brown derby, except for it's a
Yes.
shop. Yeah.
Yeah, we literally just went there because that Brown Derby shop is where they sell, like, for annual pass holders. They have the discount store there inside of it.
It's always rough when a new IP takes over a classic land, something as iconic as San Francisco. Yeah. So let's talk about another IP that's slowly taking over a land, currently slowly taking over a land, and then another IP might possibly take it altogether. So
I didn't like that segue.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a bit wordy, wasn't it?
You could have anything with California would have done, but
let's jump from San Francisco to Hollywoodland.
Hollywood.
Please keep that in.
Sure.
Hollywoodland is a land in Disney's California Adventure. If you don't know where it is,
It's in Disney's California Adventure.
It's in Disney California Adventure. No, it is when you enter the park, you go down Buena Vista Street, and then you make a left. If you're beelining your way to Guardians of the Galaxy, that's where you want to go. Hollywoodland is inspired by the golden age of the 1930s Hollywood. It opened on February 8th in 2001 as part of Disney's California Adventure and was originally called the Hollywood Pictures Backlot, an area designed to evoke the glamour and the creativity of Hollywood, of classic Hollywood, basically, and filmmaking. The concept was initially proposed for Disneyland in the early 90s, and the original plan was to build it next to Tomorrowland, but they were going to have like a replica of the Hollywood sign, they were going to have a version of the Great Movie Ride, and they were going to have rides based on Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Dick Tracy. But then they decided that they weren't going to do that anymore because they were actually going to build like this other park that never ended up being built. When Disney's California Adventure opened, it included faux backlots. So it had the illusion of being a Hollywood like set, but it wasn't actually a functioning one, unlike its Orlando counterpart. The entrance of the land had these giant studio gates with these giant elephant columns, which I wish I could see now, which was later removed. It's supposed to be inspired by the 1960s film Intolerance. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just think of like your classic, like, I don't know how to describe it. Just like elephants kind of like standing on one leg, doing its little like, wow.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to do. Like doing that.
Yeah, it looks really cool. But they eventually got rid of those when they redesigned like this area, but they did keep the pedestals, which is cool. The land's main street is Hollywood Boulevard, and it includes elements from the real Hollywood Boulevard and other Los Angeles landmarks. And basically it leads you down the street. Into the end of the street, there is the iconic Hyperion Theater, which is supposedly the centerpiece of the land. Well, actually, technically, the centerpiece of the land is a concrete building painted to look like the street is continuing on, but the Hyperion Theater is there as well.
Is that not the Hyperion Theater that you just described?
Well, it's on the right side, but I was talking about, you know how they have like that mural that kind of like at the end of the street? That's what I was talking about, but it's like, it's right there too.
Gotcha.
Hollywood Pictures Backlot opened with several major attractions. It opened with the Disney Animation Complex, which featured things like the Animation Academy, as well as the Sorcerer's Workshop. Again, the Hyperion Theater, which opened with the musical Steps in Time. And the
Steps in Time.
As well as Muppet Vision 3D, which we all know and love.
R.I.P.
And the famous Superstar Limo, which is probably most notable, not for the ride itself, but how bad it was, because it only lasted, like, I think a year?
I don't even think it was a year.
I don't even think it was a year. I think it was, when I was reading this, it was credited as, like, the first permanent closure due to poor reception at Disney. So it was really bad. They also opened with some dining options, such as the ABC Soap Opera Bistro, Award Wieners, and Hollywood and Dine. Both of the ABC Soap Opera Bistro and Hollywood and Dine both also closed within the park's first year. This park had a pretty rough beginnings. Maybe we should include that. This land had a bit of a not identity issue, but it went through a lot of growing pains, I guess you could say. It had a lot of changes over the years. So in 2001, Steps in Time was replaced with Blast! Exclamation point.
A lot of exclamation points.
A lot of
A lot of
exclamation points.
said exclamation points.
Eventually, they did they did change it to Aladdin, a musical spectacular in 2003, and that was, I think, the longest running show that they had at the Hyperion Theater. After that, I know they changed it to Frozen, and then most recently they had Roger's The Avengers musical. But right now, there's nothing. That was only a short time thing. They haven't really opened anything else in the Hyperion Theater since then. Anyway, going back, in 2002, Superstar Limo, as I mentioned, closed, and it was later replaced with a ride I love, which is Monsters, Inc. Mike and Sully to the Rescue.
Oh, it's
pretty
cute.
good.
It's very cute, in 2006. And that opened as part of, I think, Disneyland's like happiest homecoming. It was like the 50th anniversary.
The merriest, happiest homecoming.
I think it's just the happiest. I think it's just the happiest homecoming.
Wild West.
Yeah. In 2004, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror made its way over, which was at the time the new staple for Hollywoodland, or I guess the Backlot Land, which we know now does not that it doesn't exist, but it's been replaced and basically absorbed by Avengers Campus. It's a theme to Guardians of the Galaxy, so it's not technically part of it anymore, but it did start there. And then in 2010, they actually had a couple. I feel like 2010 was their
Renaissance.
kind of. It was like the autistic experimentation stage, because they had the Electronica, which was a nighttime event themed to the Tron franchise.
I love how distinct you can tell when Nathaniel is saying a title of something by the way he enunciates it.
It was a nighttime show, nighttime spectacular or something, themed to the Tron franchise. And then it was later replaced in 2012 by the Mad Tea Party. Tea with just a T, which was an Alice in Wonderland inspired attraction, which if you look up photos for, actually looks really cool. But I think it only lasted for a couple years, and then they eventually got rid of it.
Classic Disney.
Wait, which Alice in Wonderland?
The Mad Tea
Was
Party.
it the live action one?
It was Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland. Yeah.
Okay.
But it looked pretty cool. And then in 2012, as I mentioned, this land used to be called Hollywood Pictures Backlot. They rebranded the land as Hollywoodland, and many of the attractions and props were either updated or removed. Again, all we have now is the Hyperion Theater, which has no ongoing shows at the moment. Hopefully that changes, because I haven't actually been able to go in. We have the Disney Animation.
I have.
We have the Disney Animation Building, which includes the Animation Academy, the Sorcerer's Workshop, Total Talk with Crush, and which is a weird place to put it, and the Frozen meet and greet, which is also a weird place to put that, but people love Frozen.
Well, it used to be the Hyperion. They used to have the show, so it's close by.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it used to be a beautiful build. I mean, it still is a beautiful building.
I don't know what they're doing with it now, but it's gone down.
It is a really pretty building. And then if you go to Oogie Boogie's, Oogs
Bugs.
Bugs, you get to go. You can go in any time, but that's where Oogie Boogie does his little.
But it's better when you go in.
It is, because he's like there and they like it's all glowy and stuff. It's a nice building to hang out in. Good AC.
Yeah, and did you ever go down into the animation area?
No, I didn't. Is it cool?
Yeah, I don't know if they still have it anymore, but you used to be able to go down into this like room that looked like clay walls and kind of, fanciful and fantasy-esque. And then they had these zoetropes, which were basically just round circular wheels with mirrors inside. And then you would take this strip of paper and that had different cells, and you'd basically animate something so it looked like it was moving. And that was room number 1, but room number 2 was Beast's Library. And so you go in, And, it looked like a library with all the books on the walls. But they'd also have these like little stations that looked like open books that had a 90s interface video game kind of thing that would ask you questions. And at the beginning, they asked you if you're a villain or a hero. And then based off of the questions, it would assign you a villain or a hero. And that was pretty neat. There used to be a small door in the back that says Ursula's Cove or something like that. But by the time I went there, that area was closed. But I think they're closing all of it to remodel it to something new. But it was really cool. The end.
That does sound cool. I didn't know about any of that.
Pretty cool.
None of that showed up in my research, but it's okay.
And that's why we have Dustin.
Yeah, so that's the Disney Animation Building, and then we have the Monsters Inc. Mike and Sully to the rescue. We have the Sunset Showcase Theater, which is where they play Mickey's Philo Magic, and then we technically have the Red Car Trolley, which is a red car trolley.
Oh, please tell us more.
It passes through Hollywoodland, but technically I think it's part of Buena Vista Street. But it does show up on the map as for both, because I guess it like ends and stuff. So
well, the where it was housed, it was in Hollywoodland, right? Because it was right next to Guardians, or it used to be, I guess, because Guardians took over Tower of Terror.
Marvel's kicking everyone out. Yeah,
I know. Just like Harry Potter.
Yeah,
just like Harry Potter.
And then for dining, we still got award wieners. Which again is a hot dog stand if you couldn't figure that out.
I didn't.
We have the Fairfax Market, which is a fruit stand, Hollywood Lounge, which is a beer garden, Schmoozies, which has smoothies, as well as milkshakes and snacks. And then we have Studio Kid & Co., which is a food truck with a rotating seasonal menu. And then for shopping, we just have 3 shopping locations. That's Gone Hollywood, which is general merchandise, Off the Page, which is an animated themed merchandise, and then Studio Store, which is just a kiosk. And it wasn't on my list, but I'm like 99% sure that the Marvel store that they have in that huge warehouse is also part of Hollywoodland.
Yeah, I think it was like a soundstage or something. That's the vibe it gives.
Yeah, I think it's one of those fake sound stages.
It gives that vibe.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it for Hollywoodland. Again, Hollywoodland it's not too big, but it's not small by any means. To me, it kind of blends in with like Buena Vista Street a lot. I didn't actually know that this was like a whole separate land. I kind of thought they were the same. I don't really know no one knows what the long-term plans is for Hollywoodland. Is that what you were alluding to, Dustin?
That he knows?
No.
He's got the
yes,
inside
I know.
scoop.
Guys, I got this. No. I was saying because that's why we should end with Hollywoodland, because I feel like there's a lot of, we could talk more about the speculation of it.
There is some speculation from Dustin. No, there is some speculation because a lot of the stuff, the land itself would never, I guess, really got a really good footing. I would argue that it probably still doesn't. The fact that it kind of lost its staple attraction, which is inarguably the Tower of Terror, to Marvel, which then became its own like dedicated land, doesn't forebode well for the future of Hollywoodland.
You mean Marvel Land?
Yeah, I know there's mentions of Marvel Land expanding, but also there's talks and whisperance of Pandora possibly being located in that area. I don't know. I will say the only thing that bothers me is that we have a whole Pixar pier where all the Pixar things should live, and then we got monsters all the way on the other side of the park. I really hope whatever they do, they don't get rid of the Animation Academy, because I think that area is so much fun and it's really cool. And it's a nice place to sit when it's really hot out.
I don't see them getting... Yeah, I mean, I think the Animation Academy is pretty cool, even though I never do it. I think it would be weird to put Pandora there, honestly. The thing I feel like they wouldn't really touch, maybe, is the Hyperion Theater. I just feel like they don't use it, though. I wish they would.
Out of all the shows that I've seen on Disney property, the Hyperion has always, to me... I've only ever seen 2 shows in it, and both of them were Frozen. But I feel like that is the highest point in Disney live entertainment on Disney property I have seen. Specifically when it's outdoors, I feel a little less like this is high class kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like if Beauty and the Beast was indoors, I think I would like it a little bit more. But it does seem dated. It seems kind of old, you know, that kind of stuff. The Finding Nemo show, I think it's very, I don't love it, but it's very extravagant, and you can see all the effort that's put into it.
Both of you
but
lying on today's episode.
But there is something about the Hyperion, the way that the building is, the way that everything sits, that does make it seem like you're watching something that could be akin to a Broadway show. And I love the Hyperion. So if they do get rid of it, that's that. But if not, that'll be cool. And at one point, I think it was 2 D23s ago, maybe 3, but they announced that they were going to get rid of where you meet Mickey Mouse in Magic Kingdom and then build a big theater to show shows in. But then that got canceled shortly after the D23 because there are different rumors about it. But the one that I heard the most from people who work there was because of permits with piping underneath the ground. But
that'll do it. That'll do it.
That'll do it. You would think that they would have looked into that before they announced it, but you know,
like, hey, who didn't look into the piping?
But anyways, yeah. What I do find interesting is that 2 of these forgotten lands are kind of being absorbed by other lands, or at least have a little bit of them absorbed by another land. So it was San Francisco was absorbed a little bit by Harry Potter, and then what is it? Hollywoodland is getting slowly absorbed by Avengers.
Marvel.
Yeah. Whereas Rafiki's Planet Watch is, you know, forgotten because you got to take a train.
Nothing is taking over Rafiki's. Let me tell you that.
If it is, it'll just be backstage area.
It would just be it would
just
be
close
the
it.
wilderness because nature is just going to take it back.
They'll just use it for offices.
There is a really cool part in the train where you go through that little village, but then you also pass through where they hold like the rhinos.
There's like a couple buildings back there that you pass. I mean, the train itself is interesting because you're like facing outward because they have all the things like for you to look at and whatever. Yeah. Which honestly, they can probably put a couple more ads and stuff. They could, like, Disney could really like.
They have enough billboards on the way. They need to put more. I want to see more animals on the way.
Or they can do what's in Disneyland in their train where it's from what is it, Tomorrowland to Main Street, and just do the Grand Canyon going into the dinosaur diorama.
Or they can do what they do Universal and just replace and just put a big screen in front of you and then show you animals.
So Fast and the Furious train. Look at the gazelle.
Speed that thing up.
It's a Dementor.
Yeah. Oh, do we see any of these leaving? I think if any of them are going to go... Actually, I can see all 3 of these going, to be honest. With Rafiki's would be the easiest because you just stop.
Just cut the train off.
You just stop the train.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turn the train off and then it's gone.
I actually think Rafiki's will outlast all of these.
Maybe.
Because she's not bothering anybody. She's just there.
Yeah.
Because they're always going to use the location. Like, there's always a purpose for it.
Right.
Like, even if they shut it down, they're still going to use that. Like, it's not going to get replaced with anything. It's just going to get shut down.
Correct.
I mean, in my mind, if you shut it down, it's gone. But yeah.
Yeah. I think the most eminent... You see, I would say the most eminent would be Hollywoodland, but San Francisco, there's not much to it anymore. It's just like you get rid of Richter burgers and then it's gone.
It's also like... But it's also one of those lands that's like already so small and contained that it's like... What are they gonna do with that? Like,
yeah,
there's not enough space. Like, it's either they're gonna expand, I think, New York, which they wouldn't do because New York's already huge, or they would just expand London. But then again, why? I feel like San Francisco is pretty safe just because it's like not a lot of potential, I guess, in a sense. But I could see them doing like a whole overhaul of Hollywoodland. Maybe if Monsters, Inc. is a big hit, they'll just bring it over there.
Yeah, and I think we can kind of put the nail in the coffin because I was thinking like, oh, what would they replace Fast and the Furious with that would be San Francisco
Literally
themed.
anything.
Well, no,
anything.
I'm looking it up, and Fast and Furious isn't even San Francisco themed.
I didn't
it's LA
think
themed.
so. I didn't think so because I remember, I think on the ride they do show San Francisco, but I was like, does this have anything to do with the city?
They can do a Full House.
We gotta get DJ to school. Get on the bus.
They wouldn't even have to change the ride.
Yeah,
It's just a
literally.
reskin.
I don't think any of these are in immediate danger, but, you know, who knows? Maybe by the time this episode posts, one of these will be gone.
That'd be so annoying.
That would be so upsetting.
We'll have to
is
do
it?
one of
Hey,
the...
that-
Was it Muppet Vision where we were like, did we mention that we're like, oh, there's no closing date, and then a week later they announced
Yeah,
it?
and there was one point where you guys were like, when we were talking about the announcement of Monsters, Inc., you were like, it could go there, it could go there. And then one of you guys was like, it could go where Muppets is. I was like, no. Why would they get rid of that? Why would they get rid of a whole attraction to put a new attraction? That doesn't make any sense. And then they announced it.
We have to stop talking.
I was way off. We need to stop talking.
We need to end the podcast.
I think what we need to do from now on is that every time we make a prediction, we have like a board that says the opposite, and then we check things off of that board instead of what we say, because we're not right most of the time, which is a terrible thing to admit to the listeners. But
I've
we're
never
not.
admitted anything.
Yeah, but yeah, let us know what you think, because I know Critter Country's gone.
I'm sorry, what is gone?
Critter Country
There it is.
is now Bayou Country. What were the other ones? It was the Lost Continent, which is still there,
Which
hanging
is
on
still
by a
lost.
thread.
That's gonna be the next one, I think. After
I hope so.
Epic comes out, they're gonna be like, all
I
right.
like it, but I'm ready.
It's so cool.
I'm
I
ready.
love the Lost Content. Ever since I did
Yeah.
my little profile on it, I love it so much.
They need to come out with like a who owns like Percy Jackson?
Percy Jackson? I don't know.
Disney.
But Percy Jackson.
Percy
Disney
Jackson
owns
Disney.
them.
Oh, Disney. Oh, yeah. They do.
I don't know if they own the theme park rights. But
If they own the rights at this point, then yeah. Oh, and then Sunset Boulevard is not going anywhere, because now we just got the Muppets on there, and then also that villain show. So
what are some things that you've forgotten about? And what do you think of these forgotten lands? Do you think they'll stay? Do you think
yeah, but how
they'll-
are they supposed to tell us what lands they've forgotten about if they've forgotten about?
Let us know if there's any lands that you think should be listed as a forgotten land. And let us know what you think of these 3 lands. Let us know in the comments, and we'll see you at the parks. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of Parkgoers Go. Catch our new episodes every Wednesday, and catch up on our old episodes on Spotify. For any updates and new information about the theme parks or the podcast, follow us on Instagram at ParkgoersGo, or visit our website at www.parkgoersgo.com. This episode was produced by Logan, Nathaniel, and Dustin, and edited by me, Dustin. Our theme song was created by John Riedel. You can follow Logan Nathaniel's theme park adventures on Instagram at Parkgoers. And you can follow me at Mr. Parkgoer. If you'd like to reach out to us, visit our website and send a comment or a compliment or a critique, but not so much the critique. And until then, see you in the parks.